Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I'm not sure what's happened, but I have lost the ability to go live. It's going to take me a little bit, but we will get it figured out. I might be in Facebook jail, the infamous fake Facebook jail. Who knows? But for now, I'm going to do my project and I'm going to share the information that I was going to share with you tonight. I'm going to do it in this video format and I will upload it to the YouTube channel and I will send you all over there to watch. That way you won't miss out and you'll still get to watch me, and win-win, you'll get to see the YouTube channel, which I have been working on. So you'll be able to check that out and like and subscribe there as well. Fun. So it's Watts of Love Wednesday and I am switching things up a little bit. It is the last Wednesday of the month. And from the very beginning, I had planned that this would be the project that we auction off on the very last Wednesday of the month. But you've already seen me create it. It's done. And but it is going to be auctioned off starting tonight. So this is the project. This is the very first one that we did. And this is the Watts of Love transfer. So this is a 9x12 box frame with the old Keys Don't Open New Doors project with the little door and the key and tag embellishment. All of this is already done. And this is our last item up for auction. And the winner of this auction will get to choose another design, and I will do that on the back side. Your choice, if you want it painted or stained or whatever design I have in stock, whatever colors I have available, I will create on the opposite side. So you're gonna win a double-sided project. So as we have been doing every week in the month of May, I will put this up in a post on the business page as an auction item. It will stay live for 24 hours. So tomorrow night, Thursday, at 7:30, we will close this auction and I will put a starting bid, and the winner gets to have this, and I will ship this to wherever you live. So if you really want this, I hope you do because it's beautiful. I hope you love it as much as I do. But the winner will get to take this box frame and will get to have it in their home, and will be able to choose a second project that I will create for you before I ship it off to you. Okay, so this is our last item. Thank you so much for your support. We had successfully auctioned off 2 items in the month of May. This will be our 3rd. One of the items didn't fly. You guys didn't like it, and that's okay. You know what? Not everybody's gonna like every project that I do. So totally understandable. I hope you love this one. So there's no Watts of Love project to create for you, but I do have a project that I'm gonna do for you. And we'll figure out what's going on with the whole live business in the next couple of hours, and we will figure that out. So do you remember last week or the week before I did this sign, this welcome to the porch, and I added on the birds from the, what month are we? So this was April's Club Couture, the little birds, and I just added them to the line. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do something on the back side. I am all about using double-siding your creations so that you minimize the amount of storage you need. You can change things up, have one board, 2 different designs. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to turn this into a bit of a Canada flag, which is why my live was going to be called Oh Canada, but obviously that didn't work. So let's come down here and I'm going to show you what we are going to do. We are going to paint a little bit first. So I'm going to take out my, I need placement tape and a paintbrush. And we are going to be using red and white paste tonight and some water. So what I'm going to start with is taking my placement tape here. I'm just using Chocatour's placement tape. You can use whatever you have on hand, washi tape, painter's tape, green painter's tape, blue painter's tape, whatever you've got. You just want to be able to peel it up afterwards, but you want it to seal nicely. And I'm going to section this off. I might get out my ruler and we'll see. Usually I eyeball things, but we'll try this and see what happens. So let's see how that looks. It's actually going to end up standing up on its end, I think, is how I sort of envisioned it. So I just need to sort of look and see. I might be able to just check here. My my mat has grid lines on it too, so I can sort of see. Oh yeah, we're pretty close. Yep. So the center section is a little bit bigger than the two end sections, which is how I wanted it. And I'm going to do the two ends in red, and I'm just going to paint them with watered down chalk paste. And the center I am going to do in white chalk paste. And I will show you how we're going to do that. So you can take your chalk paste just like this right out of the container, and you can put a little bit in a paint pot, which is what I'm going to do here. So you don't need a lot, honestly, to create paint. So I'm just using a little bit on my spatula. Put that in there, and I'm going to add some water. I shouldn't be doing this on my board in case I spill, which I have a tendency to do. And I'm just going to use plain old water, and I'm going to water it down until I get it to a consistency that I like. And this is personal, so you can decide, sort of how opaque you want it. The more water you add, the thinner it's going to be, obviously, and the more of the board you will see through, and less it will be, you'll be able to see the wood grain and whatnot through it. So I am going to water this down quite a bit, but I am going to work out the lumps as I go. I'm using my spatula to do that because I don't want any lumps of chalk paste. And again, I'm just using plain tap water. That's all I'm using here, and working out those lumps of chalk that are in there until I get a nice consistency that I want. I'm pushing my spatula down to work out those lumps, and we'll have paint here in no time. You could do this with craft paint if you have craft paint laying around. You could totally do that. I am all for using my chalk products in multiple ways. And I like just being able to use this both as a paste and as a paint. It's one of the things that I quite appreciate, is the flexibility and the versatility of the product. So I think we're good. I might add just a little bit more. I don't want it a solid color. That's why I'm adding so much water, because I don't want it to be solid. You'll see the end result. You will see what it is I'm trying to achieve here. I do really like that we can take these signs though and double side them. And that way I can flip this to sort of be a Canada Day themed porch sign. Really simple. This is going to be really quite plain and simple. I like that look. And then I can flip it back over to my my welcome to our porch sign when sort of July 1st is done, right? We're here in Canada. So look at that color. Even though it's been super watered down, it's still quite vibrant. So I'm just going close to my paste. I'm being gentle at my tape line, just because I don't want it to bleed underneath. And remember, with wood, you will sometimes get that bleed. I'm going to be careful also at my edges, because I don't want to have to do my edges. I'm just going to leave them natural. So I'm hoping to not get any drips down this side. And this will paint up really quick and easy. Super simple, just using a craft paintbrush here, just one out of my kids' craft supply cupboard, and just painting it on. making sure not to leave any white spots behind. And once this is all done, if you really wanted to, you could seal it, protect it from the weather. I've talked about sealing before in my lives, and I will probably do a YouTube on how to seal and the products that I recommend, because certainly everybody always asks, you know, what have you used, what works well, and you can totally seal. It's not difficult. It works really, really well to seal with I have used both a spray sealer and I've used a brush on. My preference is brush on, but you can get both. So either of those is fine. So there we go. That was quick and easy. And I'm just going to flip down to the other end and get it done. And then we'll do the center. We probably are going to have to do a little bit of drying, but that's pretty typical these days with our projects. When we're going to layer, I'm going to flip my tape so that I can paint the center section white in a second. And then we will have to dry so we can chalk, because we are going to use a chalk design on here, just a simple Canada flag today. So, and if you are wondering, my board is 10 inches wide, so 10 inches this way, and it is 18 inches long, and it is just a pine board that I picked up from Home Depot. Now, Home Depot will cut for you, so remember that you can get them to make cuts. They sell these boards by the foot. They also sell them in 10 foot, 12 foot, 8 foot sections. The price differs. I usually buy the longer boards and then have them cut once so I can fit them in my van. And then when I get them home, I can cut them up to the sizes that I want. But I do have access to those tools. So if you don't know that you can ask, and you probably can ask at Lowe's too. I have never tried it, but you probably can ask there as well. So look at that. We managed to paint both ends of our board and we have plenty left over. And you saw how much chalk I just put in there. That's how saturated the color is, which is fantastic. I love the way this is going to dry up. So I'm just going to dry off my brush here so it can dry. And I'll get out my drying tool and we'll just dry this a little bit. I'm only going to focus on the edges because I'm going to move my tape. That's why I'm going to do that. So I just want it to dry. And then we will do the center section. Okay, so I think we're safe to move this tape. We're gonna try it and see how this goes. And as I suspected, there's gonna be a little bleed through. I'm totally fine with that. It is what it is. It is the nature of working with wood. I really think that if you're gonna work with wood, you just need to learn to be flexible and again, embrace the imperfections, as I like to say, right? Wood is thirsty and it is going to soak up any and all liquid that you put on it, no matter what it looks like. So there is a little bit of bleed here and it's totally fine. I'm going to go over this with white. It's not going to cover all of that red, but that's totally fine. So we're going to go through here and we'll just double check that it's pushed down really, really well. And then I'm going to go in with my white this time. So we will get ready with the white paint. Okay, so I swapped this out for painter's tape, but it's still not sticking really, really well because the wood is still wet. So we're just going to do our best. I have taken the white chalk and watered it down just like I did the red. And we are going to go in. Now, I did leave this one a little bit not as watered down. What is the technical term there? But so it is a little bit thicker for sure. But I wanted that brighter white color in the center. So that's why I've done that. And it might help to cover up these red lines. We'll see. But again, either way, I am totally fine with the imperfection, and it's just beautiful. No one is going to get that close that they're going to be critiquing my lines. This is DIY, not fine art. So I think I'm okay with it. So just the same thing, only this is just a little bit thicker, and I'm going to paint my whole section here with my white chalk paste, which I have turned into paint, and I can use with my brush. And you can do this with anything. You can turn your chalk paste any color into paint. Grab a paintbrush and paint it. I have even seen our frames, so like our Sylvie frame and our Aiden frame and our Grayson frame, I have seen designers who have painted those with chalk paint. So taken their chalk paste and turned it into paint, painted their frames of their white frames of their chalkboards, and that way they can change the color of the frame. But when they want to, they can just wash it off. Because remember, this is totally water soluble. So once, if I wanted to, and this was a less porous surface than wood, I can wash this off. So if you paint your frames, your picture frames, whatever frames you have, if you want to paint them, you can do that with our chalk paste and then just wash it off when you're ready to change colors. That's totally doable. So lots of fun. It makes your creativity so much, the options, there's so many more options, which is really great. So just want to make sure I have enough to do the rest of this section. Like I said, I left it a little thicker so I get good coverage because I want it to be clearly white in the center. And I'll sort out all the little lines that I got going on here in a second. Just get our full coverage. It's a little bit rougher on this side as well, so I want to make sure I get into all of those nooks and crannies, which is why I chose this thicker, fluffier brush. And there you have it. That's it. Perfect coverage there. And those red bleed throughs, they really sort of disappeared. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to peel my tape and I'm going to get to drying, and then we can chalk what we were going to chalk in the center. So let's get this done. Peel this up. Oh yeah, look at that. Those are nice crisp little lines there. There we go. It looks exactly like I wanted it to. And we'll get out the dryer. Just wash my fingers here as usual. I got a little bit of a mess going on as usual, right? All right, let's get to drying. Okay, I think we are dry there in the center. So I am going to add some surface wax because this is fresh paint, and again, I want to protect my transfer, right? That's really what waxing is all about, is about protecting your transfer from getting wrecked from a rough surface like wood and or canvas, either of those. It also, the little bit of paste wax will also help to prevent bleeding. So it's a good idea. I'm not going to do it everywhere, and I'm going to do it really lightly. And just where I'm going to put my flag, because like I said, my paint is still a little wet. So we're going to see how this goes here. Just rub it on and buff it off. I just need a little spot there in the center for my flag to go. And again, that's your surface wax directly from Chalk Couture. It is the best thing that I have found for waxing. So I am using this transfer, which is actually from last year. It's called O Canada, and it has a flag. It has several Canada flags. We have a new one this year. I just haven't received mine yet. So this one actually says the words O Canada. There's a couple of flag pieces here, and then this flag piece in the center, which is the one that I'm going to use. If you were watching me on Facebook last week, you would have saw me create with this. We did that other sign, sort of got a little theme going on here. We did another porch leaner welcome sign, only it wasn't a flag like this. It was a combination of several different transfers, and it said welcome home, and we used the flag in place of the O. So we're going to use this same flag. This one is not currently available, but there is an alternative. So I will link the alternative in the comments or description of this video, so that if you want a Canada flag to create with, all sorts of patriotic stuff happening, right? Canada Day is coming, so you're going to want to get yourself a flag, and if you wait too long, they will be sold out. So I'm going to be very gentle here. Because I put that wax down, my transfer is not really well stuck, and I just want to be gentle-handed with my squeegee so that I don't end up with bleed through. And I'm just gently scraping, dragging that red paste over my transfer. I did not need to fuzz this transfer because it's well loved. It's still sticky, but it was not going to overly stick. Plus, with the wax on there, you don't have to worry as much. I used very little paste, and I am going to place that back in my jar because I can totally use that another time. Put my lid on. My red paste is nearing the end of its days. Almost to the bottom of the jar. So I could leave this like this, but you know my love for plaid. So I am going to dry this, and we're going to layer this one over top. And I'm going to show you how I do that. Just dry this real quick. It doesn't take any time at all to dry. So we'll dry this up. Okay, we will take our second layer. So these second layer transfers are designed to be laid one on top of the other. And you can typically see, I usually find one spot. So in this case, I'm going to line up the stem. And once I get the stem lined up, then the rest of this usually will just fall right into place. If I get it straight. So I'm lining up the stem and that top tip right there, and the rest of that lays right down exactly the way I needed it to. Perfect. Got myself a clean squeegee, and we're going to use our white paste. So we're just using the two colors. And again, really light-handed here because I don't want to squeeze my paste too forcefully. I just want to go nice and light. And I'll just cover all of my silk screened area lightly with my white. And you want to go quickly because when you're layering one on top of the other, you are reactivating the paste underneath. So something to keep in mind, you want to work relatively quickly. And that looks amazing. Love that. So you could leave that totally solid red if you wanted to. I like plaid. So there you have it. My Canada flag on the back side of my porch sign. So I can flip it over and have a double-sided sign, and you're ready to go for showing your patriotic colors. Like I said, you can seal this. I will do another video in the future on how to seal your signs for outdoor use, and that way you know what products to use. So that's it for us tonight. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hopping on over to the YouTube channel and that little bit of a kerfluffle. We appreciate you following us over here to see what it was we were creating tonight. Look for the post for Watts of Love. If you're not already following us over on Facebook, please go and do that. At Chic Chalking and Design is where we're at. And you will find that live auction post that will be active for the next 24 hours if you want to get in on bidding for that. And I will have still photos of our projects tonight there as well. So thanks for being here. Thanks for coming and supporting us here on YouTube. We really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and hit that bell button so that every time I upload something new, you know that it's been uploaded. All right, take care, stay well, and we'll see you in the next one.